Vets and their families who'd waited all night to get in.
We are going to open the gates. Let's do it.
They were literally a battalion, 947 men, women, and children.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to Stand Down. We'd like to give you a breakfast bag and something to drink.
When people come in, they're instantly transported back to the military, a time where they wore the uniform, where they were proud, where they were walking tall.
You want them to remember a time in life when they were proud of themselves.
I want to evoke that person in them.
Natchison does that by putting them inside a military-style base on a San Diego high school athletic field. 30 tents erected by Marines from nearby Camp Pendleton. Here, there was hot chow, warm showers, clean clothes, and fresh hope. So who can you save?
People can save themselves. I can't save anybody.
You don't expect a miracle to happen when they come here for 3 days.
Oh, I do.
You do?
I do.
Ready, sir?
Yes.
Ready, step forward.
The chance at that miracle came with over 3,000 volunteers who helped the vets check into VA benefits and look into jobs.
How are you doing today, Mr. Lamont?
There was medical care, dental care,
Please remain seated. Come to order. Court is in session.
and even a court where they could clear tickets for loitering or sleeping on the street.
Matters that are currently pending are dismissed with people's motion. You're welcome.
Why are these people on the street?
There must be some gap that exists between military service and becoming a civilian. You're told what to wear, you're given everything, and then suddenly you've lost your entire family, you've lost your identity.
You think some people fall through that gap between military life and civilian life?
And for some people, it's a chasm.
All right, Mr. Worley.
It was a chasm for Charles Worley, who served with the Marines in Iraq. He's still in the reserves, subject to being recalled. We mistook him for a volunteer, until we heard this.
How long have you been homeless?
A few months, about 6.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay.
Worley left the Marines in 2008 and joined the Great Recession.
Okay, let's go.
Like everyone at Stand Down, he had his service record verified by the VA. Then he was assigned to one of the tents that go by the names Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and so on. Delta Tent was Worley's first home in a long time. Where did you sleep the night before you came here?
In Old Town Park, down in San Diego.
He hadn't imagined that leaving a war could be risky.
I got used to the structure and was having a hard time adapting to civilian life because if you change commands or you move from job to job in the Marine Corps, they give you a checklist. And
It gets pretty simple.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's, they say turn right, you turn right as fast as you can without bumping the guy next to you. I didn't have a checklist when I got out.
Without a checklist, Worley burned through the combat pay he'd saved before he looked for a job. Turns out, unemployment among these young returning veterans is double the national rate, about 20%. The VA tells us that already there are more than 9,000 Iraq and Afghanistan vets living on the street. Charles, what's it like out there, living as a homeless man?
It's sad as it is to say, I've gotten good at being homeless. When you have 2 pairs of jeans, a pair of shorts, and 3 shirts, and you don't have any money to wash them, after a while you start to smell, and you smell, and so I just try to avoid people.
So you keep moving.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's a familiar story for John Natchison, who, as a clinical psychologist, has been working with vets for almost 30 years. It's a new generation of homeless veterans.
It is. This group is becoming homeless quicker than the Vietnam veteran. Vietnam vets came back. It took about 8 to 10 years before we started really seeing them on the street, homeless. This group is coming back, and within a year, they're ending up on the street. And my best hunch is that for many of them, it's these redeployments again and again.
Over the last 9 years, 800,000 troops have been redeployed, sent back to combat at least once. Getting redeployed 2, 3, 4, even 5 times, why does that make a difference?
When you go back and you're re-traumatized, it also brings up all the old stuff. Go back again, and it layers over the top of that. And so now we're getting to the point where it's going to be difficult for the person to function.
2 million troops have already served in Iraq and Afghanistan. The VA believes there could be thousands more homeless in part because of the combat stress and brain injuries that roadside bombs inflict. Already, 250,000 troops have asked for mental health treatment.
The troops that are going to come back from Afghanistan and from Iraq, is this country prepared for that?
I don't think so.
I'm going to just stand down alone.
Saturday morning, we met Marguerite Summers and learned about something else that's new. There are more women among homeless vets because women now make up 14% of our forces. Summers is a former sailor who served until 1999, and she too had trouble making that transition from military to civilian life. Shortly after getting out of the Navy, she got divorced and began drinking. Now, homeless 3 months, she is desperate for help with her alcoholism and meth abuse.
I have more potential than that, and I don't want to waste my life anymore. I'm tired of it, and this is giving me new hope.
You said that you'd lost everything and your family.
I lost my son a year ago.